Hi guys. I'm doing pretty good as I guess I can be during just this time of my life. But today I wanted to talk about what it's like to have your parents divorce when you're a teenager. So for reference, I'm 17 and about a month ago now, my parents told me they were going to get a divorce. And honestly, I don't know. It's such a confusing feeling, and if you're going through this, like, I want you to know I understand, because it's one of those things where there's so many conflicting emotions and you don't really know where to put them all and you don't really know how to feel. And I think, as we get older, our emotions become more complex. So it makes sense that when things like this happen when we're older, there's more complexity to it. And I think, I honestly, it's a lot of anger, it's a lot of sadness, it's a lot of bitterness, I guess would be the word. Because I think it didn't really come as a shock to me, and I think a lot of people resonate with that, where it's kind of a drawn out thing, especially when you're a teenager. I think a lot of people have the experience of like knowing their parents probably shouldn't be together, knowing that something was wrong so much of their life, and it's like, now you decide to put it on me. I'm a senior in high school, and I'm already feeling so deranged from my environment, and I'm already feeling lost, and I'm already feeling like I just need to get out of here, because to be honest, there's not much here for me. And so this is just like the cherry on top, where it's like, okay, so childhood is over. This stage of my life is over. It's official. Everything's going to change, and it's going to change, and I'm not even going to have time to adapt to it because I'm going to leave. And it's confusing, to know what to do with yourself, because when you're a teenager and this happens, you do have a lot more freedom than when you're a child. You can't, like, you're not just told what to do. It's like there's so many options. You could go. You could go on walks. You can go hang out by yourself anytime you like. You might be able to drive. You have freedoms. And my initial instinct was, I just need to get out of here. And that's what I did the day they told me. I got in my car and I blasted Fake Plastic Trees by Radiohead, because if you listen to the lyrics, it kind of makes sense. And I just drove, and I cried and I screamed, and then I called my friend, my best friend, because I needed to talk to someone. And she had kind of known, she knows everything, but kind of knew the state of my parents' relationship. So I went over to hers and cried it out with her and her mom, and that helped me a lot. But I feel grateful that this is happening to me almost at this time instead of when I was younger, but I also feel ungrateful. I don't know. I guess it's like two sides, where it's like I do like the fact that I'm almost done and everything's going to change anyway, but it's also like everything's going to change anyway, and now this is changing, and I don't know how to react. And I have a little sister too, and I think that's a whole other element to it, where it's like she doesn't have as much freedom. She can't drive, she can't get up and leave, and we're completely different people, so we're reacting differently as well. But my initial feeling is, I just need to get out of here, and I don't want to be part of this anymore. I want to escape whatever this is. And then I thought, my sister, what is she gonna do? What is she gonna do? I can't just leave her. And I talked to one of my friends, and she said when her parents got divorced, her brother was my age and she was my sister's age, and her brother got up and left, and he didn't come home very much after that. Always with friends, and then he moved away, and now he regrets it. So I took that information to heart, and I really don't want to repeat that, and I really want to still be there for my sister, even though we are very opposite, and even though we do argue, and even though in some ways she is kind of making the whole situation worse, to be honest. But I don't want to lose people, but I want them to lose me in a way, where it's like I'm so disassociated from this world and from this reality and from this bedroom and from all of these things that have been here with me for so long, and I don't know what the next step is. I don't really have any real plan. I mean, I'm gonna go to college, but I don't know where, and I don't know what I'll do this summer. I don't know who will be my friends in a year. Like I don't really know. And I'm not too scared of that anymore, because the reality that is already here feels worse, like bad enough, you know? I think, yeah, when your parents divorce when you're older, there's can be a lot of resentment as well, because there's more understanding there. Or at least for me, it's like I understand them more than I used to, and I get their situation a little bit more, so it's harder even to be just straight up angry, because there's this deep understanding, and I resonate with them in a lot of ways. So that's like another difficulty. And you know, it's hard watching the people who are supposed to be your role models, the people who are supposed to raise you, like honestly break down and fail on so many levels. I don't want to shame my parents, but they made a lot of mistakes that I've literally already stopped. Like I've already stopped making those mistakes. I already prevented those mistakes, and they never did, and they never learned, and it took them 30 years, you know. So there's a lot of resentment, and there's a lot of anger, and there's also a lot of understanding. So all those other emotions are washed down by this understanding for them. And I'm trying so hard not to be bitter. I'm trying so hard not to lose my relationships with them. But it's difficult because I'm 17 and I don't just see them as my parents anymore. I see them as human beings. And I see them in their mistakes, and I see myself in them. I see so many things. And I guess that's like the main difference when you're a teenager going through this. I just want to say, if anyone is going through this as well, I understand, and I know it's difficult and it's odd and it's strange, and you know, especially if your whole world's already kind of changing or is about to change, and then this is thrust onto you. It's just feels like a lot of control has been lost. And so if this is happening to you and you're my age or just a teenager or any age really, do the things that you can control, you know. Don't let this prevent you from trying new things and doing new things, and continue to build the life that you want, you know. Go to your friends, go on a hike, go do anything really, create something, because this is just one aspect of your life, and it sucks that you can't control it, and it sucks that it's happening to you. But there's so many things that you can do to better your reality and to create the future that you want. And I don't know, yeah, that's about it. It's been hard, but I understand that it's what needs to happen. So I'm just letting it happen, and I'm just feeling what I need to feel and continuing to create with the knowledge I have.